And you heard it here first, breaking on Duel TV. Justice beats up an eager reporter. Here's how it happened.
So how does it feel, not having either of your parents now? It's gotta hurt.
Shut up.
Moving on to another topic. How does it feel killing your own father with your bare hands? You're a murderer.
I said shut up.
Do you even care? Do you have any morals whatsoever? You should be in prison right now.
According to sources, which were Justice's friends, he beat nearly the whole life out of the reporter. Here's a picture of him. As you can see here, he's pretty messed up. So that'll about do it for us here on Duel TV. I hope you guys have a lovely evening. In other quick news, Chancellor Kaiba X is being questioned by police.
Now, Team Max is coming down here. 3, 4, then high decks. The clubs. 5, 6. Check your decks, nigga. 7, 8. Don't steal.
What is up, my friends? Animanga is here with the second to last GX What If Series tournament. Now, this is a very, very special one and requested heavily by Jimmy Jams, and I will reward that request. So this is Dream Warriors. Like the third Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Yes, I do know that movie very well. It's actually one of the better ones of the Freddy movies, but everything's better than the newest Freddy movie that came out 15 years ago, 16 years ago, and that's hard to believe that's the newest one that came out. However, what I'm going to get to here is, we have a lot of characters to go over. Now, everyone has 5 duelists, other than Jamie Jams. He has 6. And basically all I did was I just added villains. I didn't add any heroes or nothing. I just added villains as per his request, which I like too. I like that idea. So let's start with his opening lore. Justice ends up having a very bad nightmare again and needing help from his friends. Let's hope he doesn't run into Zombie Joey this time. Well, actually, he will. He'll be dueling all the villains anyway, but at the end. So let's get to the first duelist, which is Justice. Now, he has some long lore for this one. Justice starts his day by ending up becoming king of New Domino and the Spirit Realm. He then unsplits the worlds apart. The Spirit Realm, now only accessible from a spirit gate behind his castle. Oh my gosh. He's gatekeeping the spirit world. What? Jerk move, Justice. He then spends the day visiting all his friends, and he gets pulled aside for an interview on live television. The reporter who interviews him gets a little too personal, asking questions like, does he feel any regrets for killing his father? How it feels that he wasn't able to save his mother, which ends up provoking Justice's Berrien rage, which we won't get to till later, and hospitalizing said reporter in front of everyone. Sky, Angelica, and Luna take him to get a cat for his issues on the island. How is all this stuff accessible on the island? This island's become like a resort at this point. Crowler is so ticked. He's just like, is this a resort? This is not for learning anymore, slackers. Anyway, they take him to get a cat for his issues and ends up adopting a cat girl named Cheesy-chan. That night, what is happening right now? That night, the girls sleep in Justice's room. When Justice falls asleep, he enters a nightmare where all of his greatest threats he ever faced and more are there. But he's not alone, and with a little pep talk, he builds a deck in his dream to fight back his nightmares. Now, Sky and Maid Luna and Angelica, they all three have the same lore. So they spend the whole day with Justice trying to keep his mood up. Angelica cheers on Justice when he ends up beating up the reporter. Yeah, that's so Angelica. Classic Angelica move. And Sky and Luna have to end up dragging him away. They take Justice to adopt an emotional support cat, but end up leaving with a cat girl instead. When they fall asleep, they awaken Justice's dream. They see Justice scared and alone and rush to help him. They pull him back to his feet and tell him to get his game on. Let's go. Barry and Nedrick, which is right... Aha, here. Barry and Nedrick, yes, new face. After dying, he put the last of his consciousness into Justice's mind. Was he Freddy now? He's Freddy. He puts the last of his consciousness into Justice's mind and is now provoking a huge nightmare to make Justice enter barium form and lose control. He messes with his mind, bringing up people of the past. He did not expect Justice to get any backup when he attacked his mind. Ooh, and Anya, his sixth character, has been hiding around in Justice's castle after not listening to Nedrick, and scared that Justice would be mad at her for not being able to warn him about Victoria's death. Justice finds her and hugs her, saying it's okay, and it's not her fault. She decides to stay at the castle while everyone else goes out. But at night, she can sense something wrong in Justice's head. She senses Nedrick, since they did talk a lot, as I recall. Agua. She presses her hand against his head and enters his dream to help him. Is that how it works? Alien magic. Cheesy-chan. Nope. There you are. Cheesy-chan. Cheesy-chan. Once upon a time, a shrine maiden sealed away a trollish deity that looked like a girl with that looked like a ghoul with an appetite. You know, the Yu-Gi-Oh card. But the trollish deity had escaped imprisonment and punished the shrine maiden, corrupting her with the power of trolling. But the shrine maiden used a purifying ritual, which managed to stop the curse of trolling from corrupting her soul. However, this came at a cost. The shrine maiden had to lose most of her powers and her memories. She also became a cat girl because she used a purifying ritual instead of... a purifying ritual instead of a purifying ritual. Is this like when Hermione messed up the potions and became a cat girl in Chamber of Secrets? The cat girl heard the whispers of the dark trolling deity who inscribed her the name Cheesy-chan. Shortly after, she got adopted by Justice, and the trolling deity decided to throw her in his dreams. Creepy. Christopher Shadow, oh my gosh. Here comes the long lore from Night Shroud. Let's begin. After the wacky mess at R, Chris and Spike became great friends and traveled the world, helping other dragon spirits along with trying to find Spike's other friends from his world. And Mao is tagging along. Sadly, he's not dueling on screen in this tournament. He's actually the trio has been at the academy for a while. Okay, I had to reword that. Unknown how long they've been at the academy though. But hilariously, they went unnoticed until recently. Hold on a second. Dang it. Ah. Oh. Okay, I'm back. What's next? Blah blah blah. Traveling. Actually, the trio has been in the academy for a while. Unknown to how long, but hilariously, they went unnoticed until recently, which triggered the wacky flashback tournament. And now, a lot of bizarre, dumb stuff at R is now being noticed at the island. Uh-oh. After talking with Justice and sympathizing with him on the loss of his mother, later that night, he and Spike and a few certain others saw the Centaurian Lich opening a gateway to some world and upon following and entering it, realizes they are in the dream world. After Chris sees Justice and his friends needing help regarding this mess in the dream world, he hopes he and Spike and his pals they found so far can help. Hopefully no seriously dumb, ridiculous shenanigans happen in this. Oh wait, it's probably gonna happen. Yeah, definitely gonna happen. My God in heaven. Spike's lore is insane. It's so long. Woo! After managing to stop Yako in his RA project, but sadly couldn't save Twilight, who vanished, Spike was left saddened. But thankfully, during R, he gained some friends that helped him, especially befriending Chris. Though a lot of stuff happened after being with Chris, especially on the Academy Island. From all the messes happening there to a strange yet powerful dragon, Spike feels connected to showing up in his deck upon reaching the island. And he defeated quite a bunch of dangerous fellows or weirdos, aka he's pretty sure he killed a guy in a duel that's apparently the Egyptian god of the dead. Oops. Yeah, that's kind of an oops moment. Along with he thinks he scared Justice's dad, though he can't really remember much on what happened. Though Spike is real happy he found some certain creatures that was from his world, he also had a pretty close talk with Justice after Justice became king, reminding him how his friend Twilight became Princess of Friendship. Hey, that's Taya. Taya is the Princess of Friendship. Well, I guess not in this lore. Upon following with Chris and few others through the Lich's portal to the dream world, Spike hopes he can help, and hopefully nothing really stupid happens for the whole incident. Though Spike feels really strange upon seeing Justice and someone else using a strange summoning method, and even more strange when seeing that form of Odd Eyes. Heck, a strange card form of Odd Eyes showed up in his deck. Smolder the Dragoness. Where are you? There you are. Smolder. A rough and tough dragoness that is competitive, but has a kind heart underneath and has hidden soft side for cute stuff and tea parties. One of the young six who attended the school of friendship and might have a crush on a certain adorable dragon. She is first found in the academy, apparently dressed as a cheerleader, and joining in on the routine. Until she pulled out a duel disc with a crazed battle grin and jumped on in. Spike was really happy at finding her, but anime sweat dropping at the effect she beaten up a lot of students and staff. Wait, what's this in the parentheses? I'm pretty sure she beaten up someone who's some guy's butler. Is that a reference to Jamie's butler? Many stuff that has happened since, though sadly off screen. She has hope to open up to Spike on the upcoming prom. Ooh, prom potential date? Who will be prom queen and king? That's who I want to know. But now she hopes she can show off and impress Spike while helping him and Chris deal with the mess in the dream world upon following them to the portal. Now, another new character, Oculus the Changeling, a quite adorable and smart changeling, a bug-like being resembling a pony who can shapeshift and feed off from emotions. That is one of the young six. She is quite shy and loves studying, reminds Spike of two certain mares he held dear. She also has a bit of a secret fascination of dragons, since one of her favorite forms to shift into is of a dragon. She was first found at the academy, disguised as something in the library, secretly enjoying the vast knowledge until Diana accidentally discovers her, and comically, both were screaming out of their minds. Students were confused as heck when they saw a small plushy bug hopping out of the library, screaming, while Diana is panicking. Though thankfully, after calming down, Diana and Oculus started getting along due to a love of knowledge, though Spike had to lure Oculus out of a bush using a book. She hopes she can learn more about this world in the card game with her friends and figure out what has happened with her own world. Oculus seems to like hanging around Spike. Turns out she has some hidden feelings that is only growing due to her appreciation on how Spike's friendship with the current king of the hive changed everything for the hive. That was really difficult to word, but I got it done somehow. She hopes she might talk about it with Spike soon, but after sensing how Smolder might have feelings for Spike too, she hopes that things will go smoothly for all three of them. For now, she hopes a lot. She hopes she stands strong in as they all entered the dream world via Lich's gateway and try to help fix up the mess happening in Justice Dreams. Oh my god, these sentences are crazy. I'm trying to make sense of them. Hopefully not seeing some weird stuff. Well, you may. Nightmare Moon. Another new character. Where are you? Nightmare Moon. There you are. A wicked mare of darkness that wants eternal night. Oh, spooky. Spike explained she was the first villain his friends had thought. You mean fought? It's probably fought. And was a dark form of a dear friend. Though Spike is so confused on why she is here. Is she even real? Or a figment of nightmares? Even though it says figment. The Centurion Lich and the dark powers he serves has a hand in this, as reports could have sworn they saw a strange horse emerging from the abandoned dorm, along with the Lich. Upon a spooky encounter Justice had with her and Centurion Lich, she now appears in his dreams, not as a figment, but she has entered the dream world and is certainly not helping Justice's case. Everyone's in danger with their dreams again. It's just 2.0, baby. After the last dream tournament where Zombie Joey wrecked everyone. So the Centurion Lich, who's here but not dueling on screen due to character limits. So he was gonna be here. Has her help him seeking something within the dreams. With her powers of dreams, and gaining a strange and deadly deck with an unknown summoning method, she shall make things a nightmare for all. Spike and the others hope they can get through to her and at least stop her. I thought it was going to be a last. Now that we passed two groups, we're getting into Lego's group. Diana Gray. At this point, oh yeah, Lego has something special planned for this tournament, that's right. At this point, Diana is seriously debating why she bothers to get involved in these situations anymore. Just earlier today, she was having a pizza with Justice to try to celebrate his coronation. Oh yes, as king of the all-known world. And now, don't we have a U.S. president here, but there's a king of the new world, so the president office means absolutely nothing now in What If series. Okay. And now, she's involved in another of these nightmares? At least Helena isn't here to abandon her like last time. Yeah, that was a mess. Didn't she get wrecked by Helena in the last dream one? She's embarrassed to admit she came here to genuinely help Justice. However, she wasn't expecting the side effect of all her alters coming with her when she enters his dreams. Using her own memories and the powers of the dream realm, she's brought back the pendulum deck that she tried to wield so long ago. Oh yeah, the first ever pendulum showed up in the series. Hoping that this time it'll go better. especially since it won't be draining her life force this time. Oh, that's right. She was in a coma until like when did she get out of the coma? Was it Grand Championship? Or was it DSOD? I can't. Anyway, that was iconic moment. Dino Gray. We've seen Dino before. Dino is on high alert after her and Diana's other alters were accidentally dragged into Justice's nightmare with her. She's visibly acting tough to keep up appearances and try to help the others stay safe, but is also getting frustrated with Dinah's behavior within this nightmare as well. This caused her to pull Dinah aside and have a serious conversation with her about how they can genuinely protect the others in their system like they both desire. The two may have very different ideas of what needs to be done to keep them all safe, but they both know they at least have common goals. Because of this, Dinah agreed to at least try to genuinely help as well. Dino is probably Dino is probably my favorite of the Grays that even the new ones I've looked over. Dino's my favorite. Plus has the coolest boss monster. Dinah Gray, we've of course seen her too. Dinah is not at all happy with the fact that the members of her system have been pulled into this dangerous nightmare because of justice. Yes, all because of justice. Especially their littlest alter, Elphi. Dinah is already on rough terms with the others because of what she did during the whole Ubel situation, even though she did it because of what she thought as being better for Diana and the rest of the system. So she's keeping her mouth shut about her frustrations with the situation. Mostly. Yeah, mostly. She's sticking by Elphi to keep her safe. And is sorry, someone sent me a funny text. And is at least glad she's gonna have some people to take out this frustration on. Yeah, she's the angry beat 'em up type. She's the one. She's like launches double, like the blonde launch. She's the crazy launch from Dragon Ball. She's the one you don't want to mess with that Roshi hides from. Elphi Gray, which is right here. Elphi Gray, another of Diana's alters that has emerged recently. She doesn't usually front, and she is quite gullible and innocent, and thus can be easy to manipulate. However, the others allow her to come out when in safe company, and there is a fun activity that Elphi wants to do. If there is a safe activity. Unfortunately, the nightmare has dragged her and Diana's other alters in without them having a choice. So this time, Elphi has no choice but to be in the line of danger. While she is of course does not change their body. What? While she of course does not change. What? How is that worded? While she of course does not change bodies physically when she emerges, there we go. I had to reword it. Within this dream world, she's able to be seen in her true appearance. Right, because you're in dream world. It's not like the Pharaoh and Yugi where they literally split in the ceremonial duel because they were different people. Diana also offhandedly mentioned once that Elphi looks like how she herself did when she was younger, around the time right before she first met Helena. Creepy. Oh my goodness. Artemis Gray is right here. Oh my goodness, that picture is blurry. Another of Diana's alters that has emerged. She does not usually front. She's the librarian of the group, definitely. As she's taking the role of keeping track of the system's memories. Yeah, bookkeeper. Along with who is fronting at any particular time. She doesn't even talk to most people, seeming distrusting. Excuse me. Yeah, they're disgusting to her. Seeming distrusting of most people outside of the system. It's a miracle when she's occasionally fronts to be the one dueling, and that happens to be this time, as she's been brought along to help in this nightmare. Now, Daphne Dalko, that we're into Mitchell's crew now, a popular streamer who is always keeping up with the latest trends. She's friends with Avery Bond and Justice online, and is a big name in online gaming platforms. She, Avery Bond, and Justice often game together online. Justice does everything in this world. Literally, he's like a jack of all trades. After Manon and Alice become popular as the idols, La Petite Chevaliers and or Chevalieris and Uriah Chan, Daphne comes to Duel Academy Island to meet them in person, also getting the chance to meet Avery Bond and Justice while she is there. She tries to interview Justice during the Idols concert. You do not want to interview Justice after that other guy get the life beat out of him. Okay. She tries to interview Justice. Okay. But he is too distraught and gets mad at her. She appears in his dream later on and fights to save him from the nightmare. Her dueling deck reflects her favorite online game, which features blocky landscapes, objects, etc., and a system of mining materials and crafting objects from them. What game could that be? A game that's been so famous for so many years. Chiaki returns. Chiaki Breeze Paradox. This is Mitchell's shoe-in main character. She and Michael are in the audience with Justice and Daphne at the Idols concert. When Daphne mentions having had a pro wrestler, Maya Noche, show up for a live stream at one point, Chiaki realizes that her martial arts skills would make her an excellent pro wrestler. However, she's more concerned with cheering Justice up, since she also lost a loved one recently. Later that night, she astral projects into the astral plane, a technique the monks taught her. Oh my gosh. But she can't even win one single duel? Come on. You should be able to win a duel if you can astral plane. To seek Miyagi's advice. After visiting, she's like a superhero, basically. After visiting Manon's dream, and then being led by the astral form of Miyagi Chiyu to Justice's dream, she discovers he's having a nightmare. Since he led her there, Chiaki manifests Miyagi's Rock Monk deck to combat the nightmare. Now, time for La Petite Chevaliers, or Chevaliers. Manon and Alice, and their idol alter egos, put on a concert to try and cheer Justice up. Chiaki appears to Manon in a dream, and Manon follows her, sensing that something is wrong. The astral form of Miyagi Chiyu guides them through the astral plane to Justice's dream. Upon finding Justice locked in a nightmare, Manon decides to help Chiaki save him. As soon as she enters Justice's nightmare, Manon finds herself mysteriously in her idol costume instead of her pajamas, and finds she has a deck she's never seen before, with a type of extra deck monster she's never heard of as well. Ooh, creepy. Nicole Bordeaux. She still has a huge crush on Justice, who doesn't, and was with him and the others in the audience at the concert. She has no beef with Daphne despite Daphne liking Justice, and has actually joined in their online gaming sessions. And after Justice gets mad at Daphne, Nicole tries to calm him down. This works, and they all enjoy the rest of the concert. Later that night, Nicole dreams of Justice and finds herself in his nightmare. Naturally, she sets about to save her crush from said nightmare. Aaron Earhart. Manon's boyfriend is, naturally, present at her analysis concert. She asks Daphne to interview Manon and Alice after her interview with Justice went poorly, though Daphne planned to interview the girls after the concert anyway. Later that night, Aaron dreams of Manon and mistakenly thinks she's having a nightmare. Approaching the dream Manon, he finds himself in Justice's dream and realizes it is Justice having the nightmare. Dang right. It's Justice's time. Aaron decides to fight the nightmare enemies to protect Manon and everyone else from them. Now we're on to Serenity's crew. Shrew Boy. That little know-it-all Shrew Boy tries to steal Mitch Chan's sword for Throttle Kane. He's sick of everyone using his nickname so derogatorily, including Professor Anka. Mayumi, Serenity, and Mitch Chan all have the same lore. Team Serenity want to get the sword back. So he's stolen it and they're going to try to get it back now. I see. Mitch Chan sees a possible rival in Shrew Boy. Ooh, Shrew Boy's a beast. Kuroko, Himekoji. Team Serenity want to get the sword back. Mitch Chan sees what? That's the same thing. Why is the same thing copied? I don't know. Let's just say Kuroko's trying to cause havoc and trying to help. Not trying to help the Mitch Chan's crew, trying to help, trying to do her own thing, or either trying to help Shrew Boy, because I must have copied that wrong. So apologies, but we know Kuroko's not doing anything good. Now we're on to, since we've done Serenity's 5, now we're on to my 5, which are all villains as per Jamie Jim's request, which I have no problem with. First up, S.O.B. Remember him? This loser? Losing his mind due to all the attention Novo is still receiving from Lee Go. How dare he interrupt my epic rivalry with Lee, he says, even though he hasn't dueled him yet. He dueled him in a flashback in the lore, but we know what happened there. Suddenly, he passes out in the bushes that he was hiding in while stalking Lee. He is transferred to the dream world with everybody else, but seems to want to take advantage of the situation and dissect Lee's mentality for his own joy. Creep. Max Eyes Restrict. Part of the reason this dream is happening. Possesses Max Pegasus and creates Justice's dream from the abandoned dorm. Pissed off, he lost to a fabricated duelist of Justice's imagination, which is Zombie Joey. We all know the final last time. He wasn't fully dispatched, though, by Zombie Joey's defeat of him, because obviously he led the Shadow Riders. So anyway, okay, he's mad about losing a fabricated duelist. He wasn't fully dispatched though, and the Shadow Riders losing easily didn't stop him for good either. He is willing to try one more time to reap everyone's soul in this nightmare. If not, forget this mess. Lol. Novo Young. Yes, Novo Young is here, but this is not really him. SOB, that is really him. Max Eyes Restrict, that is really him. Novo Young, that's not really him. It's a fabrication of Novo Young. It's his evil side just because it's in Justice's dream and Max Eyes Restrict needs all his worst nightmares to come true. Novo Young, a part of Justice's worst enemies and a fabric of his dream reality. Max Eyes Restrict thought this would be especially painful for certain duelists to deal with. Schmaden Schmooky, he's another one that's a fabrication. Another fabric of Justice's dream, but he's got a Garbaggio deck. Why did I put that? He's got a Garbaggio deck. Should be simple to crush him. We'll see. And of course, to finish off the tournament, Zombie Joey. The strongest duelist in Dream World. Technically, still he is the strongest duelist in Dream World. And still, as far as we know, he is. Whatever it takes, our heroes must dispatch him to the shadows. No one even knows why he's around Joey. They've even told Joey about it. He's like, I don't know. I don't know, bro. Whatever it takes, our heroes must dispatch him to the shadows. Even Max Eyes nerfed him because he's so OP. Yeah, Max Eyes had to nerf him a little bit, which I was told to nerf him anyway. So he's been nerfed, and I forgot to tell you, Novo, everyone's got, of my crew, has their same deck except Novo and SOB. And Joey. Zombie Joey. But Max Eyes Restrict has the same deck. Schmaden has the same deck. So SOB is my guy who got because we all got a summoning method. I got synchros. So SOB works really well with that because he has Sheehan synchro for 6 Ams. Novo Young, I built him a completely different deck just for a Nightmare deck. Just for this, because this is a one-off thing. So, and also I did it to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I wanted to show you guys how this deck does. Like, how the AI does with it. And that's about it. Oh, and Zombie Joey. And I nerfed him, of course, so his deck's a little bit different. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoy. Remember to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube channel, Zames and Manga. And I'll see you for the tournament. Bye-bye.